Hello, beautiful people. It's a girl Gine and it's Gine's signature. So today I'll be making this beautiful top and skirt. That was the inspiration, and this is what I made. So if this is what you're interested in, please sit back, relax, and enjoy it. As you saw on the thumbnail, the materials are different here, but I tried as much as possible to imitate that model's own as possible. So please, if you want to do this type, please don't use a Duchess, don't use a doll face. I had to use a Duchess because there was no Mikado fabric of this color. So I just had to improvise by using this. Well, please, if you want to do your own so that it will stand very well, just make use of a Mikado fabric. But all the same, it came out nice because I had to pin it on the mannequin. That is why it's looking squeezed around that area. But it came out, other than that, it came out perfect. And my client really, really loved it. So if this is what you're interested in, please sit back, relax. I'm going to be showing you how to cut a straight skirt and of course how to make the top. So now this is the skirt part, and then we're cutting both the front and the back together. So stay glued to the tutorial. So for the skirt part, I'll be adding a band to the waist. So I removed 2 inches from my band, and then I got my waist to hip and then waist to knee respectively. So right there on the waist area, I'll divide the waist by 4, add my dart and then my sewing allowances, and then on the hip line I'll just take my hip divided by 4 and then add sewing allowances. While on the knee side, I'll just go ahead and just remove 2 inches from my knee, or you can use 1 inch, and then you're going to be connecting that all the way down. So for the slit for the skirt at the back, I'll just use about 19 to 20 inches, which is like the normal. It's perfect depending on the height of your client. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out. I had to do this in a forward mode because I already have detailed tutorials. And of course, almost everybody knows how to cut a skirt, except you're just a beginner. Yeah. So now I'll go over to cutting off the upper part, and for the upper part I'll be making it in form of a princess dart bustier. You can make this as a bustier. This is entirely optional. Whatever you want, you go for it, but I'm making this a princess dart bustier. If you want a detailed tutorial on my princess dart bustiers, please kindly check out on my playlist. I have several and tons of tutorial on how to go about this. That's why I'm not going to be really analyzing what I'm doing here, because I already have detailed tutorials on how to go about that. So the main emphasis is going to be on that design that we have at the lower part, and that is the main emphasis of this tutorial. So like I said, if you don't know how to cut a princess dart bustier, please just go over to my playlist. You're going to be seeing tons of tutorial on how to do that. That is in-depth and extensive tutorials on how to go about that. So I'm almost through with my drafting, and you can see that I came here to draft it directly on my fabric. I didn't draft it on my paper. I just decided to draft it on my fabric straight away. So I've cut it out, and then I'll just go and cut out my dart legs like so. And so this is what we have. So you can see how it looks. So for both sides, yeah. So now I'll go over to cutting off the back piece. So for the back piece, just add your zipper allowances first. Take your shoulder divided by 2, and then you bring it down for your armhole depth, and then you slant your shoulder by ½ inch. If it were to be on paper, I'll use 1 inch, but since it's on fabric, I'll be using ½ inch so that I'll know that I'll be using ½ inch to join it. You understand what I mean? So you do your bust measurement, your waist measurement, and of course the full length of the top, which is the hip measurement, because it's going to be going all the way down to the hip side. So you're going to be using your hip measurement. So for the darts, I'll be taking it like this. And then remove your zipper bulginess, yeah. And then go ahead to cut it out like so. So I'm going to be cutting out the darts. I don't want it to be, as in, I want it to be not to be seen. Like, I don't want it done like the normal dart. So I'll just go ahead, cut it out like that, and then From my sewing allowances, I will be adding it. I'll be using a quarter to join it. So now for my sleeves, I'll just take the full length of the sleeve. This is going to be like an A-shaped sleeve. So that is basically what I want to cut out. For this sleeve as well, I already have detailed tutorial on how to cut it. Just go ahead and get out your basic sleeve, and then make sure the only thing is that it's wider than the usual, so that it will form that A shape at the lower part. That's just about it, because it's going to be free. It's going to be free. You can see how it looks. So these are the sleeves, and then I'll set that aside. So I've gone ahead to cut my lining. I've attached my interfacing and then my laminated foams. I'll be using my laminated foams on my lining and then join my fabric separately. So these are the back pieces as well. So for that keyhole at the back, I'm making use of this plain fabric so that it will go with the one I'll be using in the front. So I went ahead to use my fabric to cut that out, and I'll be using it for it. So after joining my lining, you can see how deep it is. So, and this is the main fabric. I've gone ahead to iron it and join it as well. So by the time we place it on each other, like this is how we'll be having our bust. You can see how beautiful our bustier looks. It's standing and it's very beautiful. So I've gone ahead to join the back pieces as well, as you can see. So that will be having a zipper there. I didn't want the keyhole to be too wide at the back, so that's why it's like this. So the next thing to do now is to do the design at the lower part of the top. So now from my one point of the that line, I'll go by about 6 inches, and then I'll use my free hand to draw the lines like I saw it on the thumbnail. So this is going to be showing the artistic if you have instinct you have in you. So you just have to try as much as possible to follow how the line goes. It's really not easy. It's only artists that can get this. So you can see that we designers, we all come out to be artists. In fact, we are mathematicians, we are artists, we are everything, all embedded in one. So this is where your creativity comes into place. So depending on how creative you are, just go ahead and then cut it out. If you see that what you have is exactly you're comfortable with, at least you got it to an extent, because of course you're not the one that made the original, at least, but just try as much as possible to get it looking like the original as much as possible. So this is what we have, and like I said, this is the dodgers I used. I didn't iron an interfacing here. I later ironed an interfacing, but please don't use any soft fabric. As you can see on the thumbnail, what they used was a Mikado fabric. It's just unfortunate that I didn't see a Mikado fabric of this color that my client wanted, so I just had to make use of this one. I did an interfacing, but the interfacing did not really do much work, but it's okay. So right from those places that I marked, I initially marked 2.5 inches, but I decided against that, and then I increased it to 3.5 inches because I felt like by the time I'm going to be using sewing allowances to turn it, it's going to be looking shorter. So I decided to go with 3.5 inches. You can see me adjusting that. So at that curvy part, I still went up higher a little after cutting it out, because I just saw that it was not giving me that pointed look when I did it here. So I went up higher, like went in to give it that pointed look. So please don't forget, like, make sure you use a Mikado fabric or any thick fabric that you have. Don't make use of a soft fabric here at all. Please kindly take note. So I'm just using my pins to hold this down so that I'll go ahead and then cut this out. Remember, I'm cutting this on fold, and I'm cutting it in at the wrong side of the fabric, because I will go ahead and sew this and then turn it out and give it a very good press. But like I said, all this pointed part I went in, I will go in further. So you can see that I've gone in further here to make it more deep, because it was not as deep as I wanted it to be. So I turned it out and I've ironed an interfacing as at this point. So I'm going to be using this, my what do they call it, ribbon, to close out the edges of the stitches like this where I cut out. So you can see it, just to make it very, very neat. So I'll go ahead and do all this and then I'll be back. So having done that, this is what we have. So for the reverse side, I'll go ahead and cut out these excesses, because you don't want it being bulgy, because if you don't cut it out, it's not going to relax properly. So just go ahead and cut it out, trim it out as much as possible, trim it up to about, leaving about like a quarter of an inch inside, so that it will lay flat by the time you give it a very good press. And as at the point when I wore it on my mannequin, I've not really ironed it. Yeah, I've not steamed iron it. I'm going to be using steam iron, like use steam iron to wet and then iron it very well, so that it will look very, very beautiful. But I just wanted to upload this tutorial today. That's why I went ahead to put it on my mannequin. And then, but when my client came for fittings, it was very, very okay. Everything was just so on point. So I've gone ahead to fix my zipper. I did this offline because I didn't want to make it too lengthy. So you can see that I've not even ironed it at all. But by the time you give it a very good press, it's going to be looking very beautiful. So I went ahead to attach my sleeves, as you can see. Just go ahead and attach your sleeves and then give it a very good press, and you're going to be happy that you did. So I believe you enjoyed this tutorial. You can see the keyhole at the back. I didn't want it to be too obvious. That's why I placed it near my zipper. So thank you all, and God bless you. Please don't forget to leave beautiful comments. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to share. And like I always say, this is Genius Signatures, and I'm signing out. So see you all in my next tutorial. Ciao.